again. This is Tricia with Killer Coach Academy, and today you're in for a treat with this TRX video workout. It's 30 minutes in total. We target the upper body, lower body, and core and total body. So everything. This one's fun. It's going to go fast. We're going to work for a minute and then rest for 30 seconds so we can change positions and do some new exciting exercises. So remember, you don't have to be perfect with them. If you need to sit and rest during a work time, that's fine, but try to get right back into it. You don't have to be perfect, but just go ahead and try as hard as you can. So let me start our timer here, and we'll start with a good warm-up. All right, so you're going to want to face your straps for this first warm-up, and we're going to start with a squat row. It's going to last for about a minute. So squat down and row up. Working at your own pace. We're just going to try to get warmed up here to start. All the way down and row your arms. Kind of use 50-50. Use part of your arms to get you up there and partly your legs. More so going for a little stretch at the bottom. If it hurts your knees to go down this far, then don't go this far. Go about halfway. And then play with where your feet are to make sure that you can get into that range of motion with your arms straight at the bottom. You're going to lean back into the straps, kind of like you're water skiing. We got about 20 seconds left of this warm-up, and we have 2 more warm-up moves after this one. So hopefully you put some music on. Get some music on, get yourself going. You can either watch me or just listen to my voice. Almost warmed up here. Good. So the next warm-up we're going to do is a single arm, and it's going to be like a rotation. So we're going to drop one of the straps down, and then we're going to lean back into one strap. So let me show you first, and you can try it. So you're going to lean back, walk your feet forward. This is where you hope that your anchor is nice and solid. You might want to test that. And then with your feet firmly planted, you're going to look back at your rear arm, your hand, and you're going to watch it as it comes up and across. Okay, let's start this next warm-up move. We got about a minute worth. Play with where your feet are. Really trust your anchor. Just lean back, feel that nice stretch, and then pull yourself up. Like I said, going at your own pace. If you want to go real fast with this one, go for it. Just be careful when you're hanging on that shoulder. You want to keep your shoulders down and out of your ears. You don't want them to come up like this. Okay, so keep on rotating, twisting that upper spine. Your hips are turning, but your feet are planted and they're pointing the anchor. Lean back, stretch, and rotate. We've got about 15 seconds left, and then we'll switch. We'll hit the other arm. I'm pretty excited about this workout. The first block is going to be, okay, let's go ahead and rest. The first block's really cool. We'll switch arms so we're ready. Resting for 30 seconds here, but the first block's going to be cool. We're going to do 2 exercises. We're going to do like a squat and then, or not a squat, a chest press and then a row, and then we're going to build on those for the upper body. We got about 12 more seconds of rest here, which I guess isn't that important while we're warming up, but we're getting into the pattern. So go ahead and grab your strap in the other arm, adjust your feet, and we'll go for a minute worth of these reach backs, the turning, twisting. Really look at that hand and have it come straight up. Really trust that anchor. Getting a good warm up in here for our arms. We're going to be doing a lot of rowing and a lot of pressing. Second block will take us into some squats, some double and single leg squats, and then we're going to get down on the floor and do a bunch of core work where our feet will actually be in the straps. Got about 25 seconds left here. The feet in the straps is challenging. It's hard to, I guess, coordinate, but once you get the hang of it, you're going to be flipping from your front to your back, switching the straps either toe side or heel side. You get the hang of it. It's awkward at first, but isn't everything? Reach back, reach forward. All right, let's take another rest and I'll describe the first set to you. So we're going to be working our arms. We're going to start with some chest presses. So it looks like a push up into the straps. So we're going to start facing away from the straps into a push-up position. And we'll start in 10 seconds, so we're going to do that for a minute, and then we're going to turn around and do a minute worth of rows. Okay, so get in your position, feet pretty close to the anchor to make it challenging, and we're going to do push-ups for about a minute. So go ahead and go at your own pace. You don't have to match me. Go all the way down, come all the way up. If you feel like you're going to face plant, feel free to put one foot in front, but don't push a lot of weight through it. It's supposed to be a chest and arm exercise. So pushing straight up. If you trust your anchor, go ahead and put both feet back. If you want to go faster, go faster. If you want to go deeper and lower, go deeper and lower. Or put your feet closer to the anchor point. That's going to make it harder too. Okay, so we'll finish up this chest press set. I'm starting to feel that. Getting a little bit tired. I'm going to walk out a little bit, make it a little easier so I can finish off strong. Shoulders down and out of your ears, squeezing your glutes tight. Woo! Okay, now we're going to turn around. We got 30 seconds to shake that one off. 30 seconds, and then we're going to go into this maneuver here. It's a row, so you're going to want to lean back into your straps, and you're going to want to pull straight up like that. Now you can make it easier by walking further from your anchor point, or you can make it harder by walking towards. So find your sweet spot, and that's where we'll work from now. So we got a minute worth of these rows. Looking straight ahead, keeping your shoulders down, don't let them creep up towards you. Elbows back, pinching those shoulder blades together in a nice straight line with your body. Keep on going at your own pace. If you need to stop and rest a second, then just hang there for a second. Move your feet away if it's too hard, and get right back into it. Don't forget to breathe. We got about 25 seconds left. I'm going to make it a little bit harder. Get some good rowing in. And then the next two sets of two are just an iteration of these, chest press and row. We're just going to do them on single legs. So we'll start with the chest press again. We're going to start on the right leg. Then we're going to flip around and do a row on the left leg, so we have to balance. And then we'll finish off with another set of the other legs. The other legs, our other two legs. Okay, that's time. So we're resting now. So let me show you what the chest press is going to look like. This one's going to be on our left leg. So we're going to try to find a place where we can balance, pick that right leg up, and we're just going to do the chest press on one leg. So you're pretty much on your toes, and you're having to balance. This is a really good exercise if you have one arm that's a little bit stronger than the other. So the single leg will really make it so both arms have to do about the same amount of work. So on the left leg, let's get into the chest press. Breathing, holding your body nice and still, trying to balance. It's cheating if you wrap your leg around the other leg. So try to keep it free. And it's fine to wobble. We're all trying to get better with our balance. Really squeeze that standing leg if you need to stop for a second and reset. Come on right back into it. It's a real hip burner too. If you want to make it easier, again, further away from the anchor so you can push your foot forward. You have a smaller range of motion for the chest press. Still good for the balance. If you want to make it harder, foot closer to the anchor. And it makes it a lot more challenging for the balance. Make sure that you're breathing and you're keeping your shoulders down out of your ears. Time. Okay, now we're going to give that left leg a break. We're going to get into the position during this rest break where we're standing on just our right leg. So we're going to balance on our right leg now, and we're going to go into the rows. You want to make it pretty challenging, so make sure you're not too far away. But single leg, this one you can balance with, but don't wrap it or touch it down unless you have to. If you're going to fall over, and then you're going to squeeze those shoulder blades together and get into a row. Here we go. 1 minute. Let's go. Pull and release. Nice and smooth and controlled, digging in through that toe side of that right foot and really squeezing those shoulder blades together in the back. I even feel this in my non-standing leg. I feel it in the hip flexor, having to hold this leg up in the air. So what a great exercise. Again, if you want to make it harder, put your foot closer to the anchor. Ooh, really try to get your balance. And then start with your rows. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. We got about 20 seconds left on this one. Squeeze. And then our right leg's not gonna get a break because we got to go over and do the right leg with our chest press. So, breathing, you got it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, rest for about 30. I felt that really burning through my hip flexor, so I'm sure you guys did too. So again, just to remind you, we're going to flip over. We're going to stand on the right leg now so we can start to get into position. In about 15 seconds, our rest break will be over. So hopefully your right leg has recovered. We're going to get into right leg, single standing chest press. So get your balance on your right leg, up on the toes. Get a challenging position, and then off we go. Chest pressing away. Keep breathing. Keep a nice, strong plank. Shoulders down. Pushing with the chest and balancing at the same time. Keep on breathing. I told you this one was going to go fast. All right. That right leg is burning. Oh, almost fell over. Okay. Touching down in between if you have to take a little break, making it harder. If you want it harder on the arms, pushing those shoulders down. Really keeping your balance as best you can. Digging through that toe that's planted on the floor, the big toe. See if it can help you balance. We got to almost be done. Whew. Okay, let's take a rest break. Shake that leg out. We're going to flip around and we're going to get ready for the rows. This time we're going to be on the left leg. Yeah, the left leg. So we'll plant that left leg down, get our balance, and just to remind you, here's what the exercise looks like. Don't start yet. We got 10 seconds of rest. This is what it's going to look like. So left single leg row. Here we go. Nice challenging position. Get that other leg up off the ground so it can help you to balance if you need it. Squeeze the shoulder blades in a nice row behind you and breathe. Keeping yourself in a nice long plank. Awesome. Keep staring at the anchor. Try not to move your head and your shoulder or your eyes around too much. You're really trying to focus on that balance and digging that left big toe into the ground. As you row straight up and lower down. We got about 25 seconds left. Awesome. After we're done with this one, we get to do some lower body moves. Oh, but let's make sure we get a good rest break in between. 10 seconds. Get a few more good strong rows in. My left hip is burning. A couple more strong rows and time. Okay, shake your legs out. The next one we're going to do is a bit of a reprieve, and we've earned it. We're just going to go back into the rows. We're not doing a squat row with this one. We're just going to do a straight up squat. So try not to rely on your arms too much. Just sit down in a chair, real light with the arms, and then stand up. You can go as low as you want, and we'll start in about 5 seconds. Ooh, I still feel that one in my hips. Okay, breathe, and let's go into a nice deep squat. You can use the straps a little bit to pull you straight up if you need to, but try to push through your legs primarily, really squeeze them through the butt cheeks. Use your glutes, squeeze them really tight at the top. Whatever pace you'd like, make sure your chest is tall and your shoulders are down out of your ears. Good, real light on these arm straps, remember. We got about 28 seconds left. All the way down, and up. Make sure your knees are tracking in line with your toes, not necessarily over them because we're sitting back into a chair, but it's a nice hinge move. Really squeezing your butt to stand you up. One more ought to do it. And that's time. Let's take a little rest break. Now, I think these are the most challenging of any of the exercises of the workout. They're pistol squats, so single leg squats. So you can start with whichever leg you'd like, but we're going to go right into the other leg after. You're going to balance on one leg, sit back in an imaginary chair, and then stand straight up. Crack, crack, go the knees. Okay, in 5, pick a leg. I'm going to do my hardest leg first. And balance, sit down, and stand up. Whatever pace you'd like, really squeeze with that standing leg glute. Light on the arms. Maybe use them a lot initially. If your leg starts burning, we're only 20 seconds in, you can put that front leg down, but try to really push just with the leg we're working. Sometimes this hip flexor on this leg really gets tired from holding that leg up. If that's the case, you can hold it behind, which is harder on the balance, I think. It's also kind of like a curtsy lunge, or you can hold it out in front, or you can switch it up. You can hold it behind for 1 and in front for 1. You're the boss of you. I'm not there to scream at you, so do what you want. But just make sure you keep moving. Woo! That went quick. Okay, now we've got to do the other leg. So stretch it out a little bit. Shake out the leg. And then get yourself set in about 15 seconds. We're going to go for that single leg. And then we get to get down on the floor for planks, mountain climbers, all kinds of fun. So we got about 5 seconds. Set that foot up for the other-sided pistol squat. Get your balance by digging into your toe, and here we go. A minute for the other side. This one's challenging on the balance, I think. Whatever pace that you like, remember, pace is yours. Squat down. Use your arms just a little bit. Remember that chair is behind you. You're just trying to sit into it and then stand straight up. Really focus on squeezing with that standing leg butt cheek, the glute, especially when you get all the way up. If you got good balance, look down, make sure your knee is tracking in line with your toes so it's not going out to the side and it's not collapsing in towards your other leg. It's straight up and down. We got about 10 seconds left. If you need to take a break, get right back into it. 5, 4, 3, 2, done. Okay, now we're going to make our straps as long as you can. So pull those straps down. We're going to get down on the floor, and we're going to start for the next work. In 15 seconds, we're going to start in a plank. So get your feet toe side in the straps like that. Put a little tension on them, and then flip yourself over. We're going to be in a suspended plank. So up on your arms, and we're going to try to hold that for about a minute. Breathing, holding a nice straight line, toes are pointed or flexed, whatever you feel like you've got the most power, and don't let your butt sag to the floor like that unless you need a little break. And if you do, that's okay. Make sure your hands are spread wide and you're pushing into the floor. Shoulders are out of your ears. You're holding strong. I'm starting to shake already. I like the toes flexed. I think it gives me more strength. I'm thinking about drawing my feet towards my hands. Breathing, hoping, praying that the timer is going to go off soon. We got it. Oh, thank God. Okay, So keeping your feet in the straps, just go ahead and keep the tension on them so they don't fly off. Flip back over, and this time we're going to put our heels in the straps. So this one's a little bit of a break. It's good. Walk your butt back away from the anchor. The further away that you are on this next one, the better. I think it's harder. Point your hands towards you or away from your sides, and then you're just going to lift your butt. You can walk away to make it a little bit harder, which I think I'm going to do. Try to get your hips high and just stare right up at the anchor. Try not to drop your head backwards. You're just going to stare straight ahead or look down at your feet. Make sure your butt is lifted. If it's hard on your wrists, just go ahead and touch down. Roll them out. We got about 30 more seconds. Come on right back up into it. Hold those hips nice and high. Higher, highest. We got about 20. I really feel this in my shoulders and my triceps. Feel my hamstrings. Glutes. It's like a plank for the back. Okay, end time. Touch down nice and easy. Take the straps and we're going to put them on the other side again. So this time we're going to do what's called a mountain climber. So we're going to get our toe side in the straps, give them some tension, and then we're going to turn them over. So we're going to do this one facing down in a plank position, drawing one knee to the chest, alternating. Rest when you need to. Get yourself into a nice strong plank, pulling one leg at a time. Toes flexed, toes pointed, whatever works for you, but just keep nice and strong through your plank, drawing one knee up at a time. Try not to move or wiggle or let the straps take you where you don't want to go. If you need a quick break for your wrists or your abs, come on down, circle your wrists a little bit, and then try to get right back into that strong plank. One knee at a time. Keep them coming. Timer's running out. Couple more. Keep breathing. We got it. Sometime today. Woo! Okay. Drop the straps. We're going to flip over. Next one is called a glute bridge. So, get away as far away as you can and still get your feet in the straps for this one. Your heels go in the straps. Like that. This one we get to lie down for. But don't get too excited because it's work. Hips up, draw your knees into your chest. Lower them out, lower them down. So, up, knees in, out, and down. Up, in, out, and down. I'm going to move a little bit closer to my anchor, mostly because I just wanted a rest break. But that'll give me more range of motion. So I'm going to lift up, tuck them in, stretch out, and lower down. Up, in, out, down. Up, in, out, down. Couple more. Breathing. So you should be feeling your glutes and your hamstrings. If you need a rest, just take one. Whew. There's a rest for all of us. Okay, we got 30 seconds to flip back over. This one I think is one of the more challenging ones. This one is a crunch or a pike. So we're going to turn around and get our feet in the straps again, like we've done. A little tension, flip on over. This time we're going to get into a plank and draw both knees in or pike up. So it's going to look like this or like this. So 1 minute, you can alternate. This one's a little easier. The pike's quite a bit harder. So knee to chest or pike. I'm just going to keep alternating just to mix it up. Looking down between your hands. Challenging, really dig your fingers into the mat. Knees up and out. Knees up and out. If you need to rest, take a little break. We've got about 25 seconds left still. Reset your hands. Come on back up. Let's do a few pikes. Pretty hard on the shoulders and wrists, this one. So rest as much as you need to. Knees in. Working at your own pace. Pike. Ugh. Done. Whew. All right. Man, I didn't think we were going to get through that last one. So, awesome. Last one we have is called the Hamstring Runners. So we're going to get back into that last position where we get to lie down. And our poor little hamstrings are going to get to run. So lie down, feet in straps. This time we're going to raise our hips up, pushing into the floor, and then we're going to do one leg and the other. You can rest down in between, up, one leg and the other. Touch down, bridge up. Keep alternating your legs. I like this one. It's really good for the low back and torso. Really important part of your core. Really stopping that rotation, trying to keep yourself still while you pull one knee in, pressing out on the other straight leg. Work at your own pace. Keep breathing. If you feel a cramp coming on, just sit there and stretch it out for a second. Try to get right back into it. Maybe go a shorter or smaller range of motion. We could do little baby runners like that. Resting a little bit extra. Be sure to keep a soft bend to your knees even when you're pressing your legs out straight. Oh my goodness, that went by fast. Okay, we are on to the cool down stretches, thank God. So we're going to do a tiny ball crunch, which is another word for fetal position. I'm sweating. So walk all the way back, get ready, and in 10 seconds we're going to hold this little tiny ball position where we're just all curled up like this. A minute is not long enough in my mind. So we'll start slowing it down, trying to breathe. We've only got 2 stretches, so we're just about done. This little fetal position stretch feels so good. On the undersides of the shoulders, the lats, the low back. Start to slow down your breathing for these last 2 stretches. That's a pretty good workout. That one was hard. Whew. Especially, you think being on the floor and lying down, you think that would be a lot easier, but whew, those were rough. But we did it. And we're getting stronger every time we come out. So that's kind of cool. We're learning all these new motions and getting some good range of motion and balancing. Fetal position's over. Boo. Okay, so we're going to stand straight up. We're going to rest in between our stretches because that's our MO. And then, ooh, I got dizzy. The last one we're going to do, step back so your arms are straight with your hands in the straps. And then we're just going to hold this kind of long position where our arms are over the tops of our head, and we're just kind of stretching out both hamstrings. So get into this position. We'll go a minute. You can play with bending or straightening one leg, one knee, so that you get more of a stretch down that standing leg. You can walk your feet back a little bit and really try to get your head through your shoulders. Stretch out your back. You can lean back. Stretch out your shoulders. I'm going to do that bent knee thing again. I thought that felt pretty good. Got about 30 seconds left of this last stretch. Hopefully your heart rates come back down. That's a good stretch for the back and the hamstrings. After all those runners, we really needed it. Whew. Last few seconds of the stretch, leaning back into it. And that's it. We're all done. So congratulations finishing this workout, and thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.